the Artemis program, a new era of lunar exploration. In the 1960s, the moon went from being a glowing object in the night sky to a new frontier for human exploration. The Apollo missions paved the way for lunar travel. But after the final Apollo 17 mission in 1972, interest in returning to the moon declined due to high costs and reduced competition. In recent years, however, enthusiasm for lunar exploration has grown once again as humanity takes steps toward becoming a multi-planetary species. The birth of Artemis, launched in 2017 under Space Policy Directive 1. NASA's Artemis program is designed to re-establish a human presence on the moon. The ultimate goal is to create a sustainable lunar base that will serve as a stepping stone for future missions to Mars. The program builds on technology from the now-canceled Constellation program, incorporating key elements such as the Orion spacecraft and the Space Launch System SLS. Other components, including the Lunar Gateway Space Station and the Human Landing System HLS, are being developed through collaborations with international space agencies and private companies under the Artemis Accords. The key components of Artemis. The Artemis program relies on several major systems. Space Launch System, SLS, a powerful rocket designed to carry astronauts and cargo beyond Earth's orbit. Orion spacecraft, the crew capsule that will transport astronauts to and from the moon. Human Landing System, HLS, a lunar lander developed in partnership with private companies. Lunar Gateway, a planned space station in orbit around the moon to support deep space missions. Additional infrastructure. This includes Artemis Base Camp, lunar rovers, new generation spacesuits, and commercial lunar payload deliveries. Despite its ambitious scope, Artemis has faced criticism, particularly regarding the choice of a near-rectilinear halo orbit for the Lunar Gateway and concerns over the program's long-term sustainability. Mission timeline and challenges. The Artemis program has experienced multiple delays. The first planned launch of Orion aboard the SLS was originally scheduled for 2016, but did not take place until November 16, 2022, when Artemis I successfully launched as an uncrewed test mission. The current timeline for future missions is as follows. Artemis II, April 2026, the first crewed mission to orbit the moon. Artemis III, mid-2027, the first crewed moon landing since Apollo 17. Artemis IV, late 2028, the first mission to dock with the Lunar Gateway. Artemis V, early 2030 integration of European and Canadian contributions, such as ESA's Esprit module and Canadarm3. Artemis 6, early 2031 addition of the crew and science airlock to the Lunar Gateway. After Artemis 6, NASA hopes to establish annual lunar landings, though the agency's Inspector General has warned that these timelines may be overly optimistic. Controversy and alternative approaches. While Artemis represents a major step forward for space exploration, not everyone agrees with NASA's approach. Mark Whittington, a space analyst and contributor to Hill, has argued that the Lunar Gateway adds unnecessary complexity to the program. Robert Zubrin, aerospace engineer and founder of the Mars Society, has criticized Artemis for its reliance on the Gateway and the SLS. Instead, he proposes Moon Direct, an alternative plan that would use SpaceX rockets and reusable lunar landers to travel directly between Earth orbit and the Moon. Buzz Aldrin, Apollo 11 astronaut, has also voiced skepticism about the need for the Gateway, favoring a more direct approach to moon missions similar to Moon Direct. Another point of contention is the number of launches required to refuel the Human Landing System HLS. Initial estimates suggested that at least 15 launches per crewed mission will be necessary, though SpaceX's Jennifer Jensen later revised the number to 10 in 2024. Looking ahead, despite the challenges and criticisms, Artemis represents a bold vision for the future of human spaceflight. By re-establishing a presence on the moon, NASA aims to pave the way for deeper space exploration, including crewed missions to Mars. As technology advances and new partnerships emerge, the path to the moon and beyond continues to take shape.